everybody, JT Gaming here, and we're back with Spooky Time with JT, and we just Mike. And yeah, let's get back into it. I'm sorry I'm sorry I'm not posting in a while. I'm still sick, and if you guys can't understand me, I am sorry. So let's just get right into the story. Where were we? Okay. After a few months of working, I felt confident enough to start asking about the oddly absent patients. My questions were met with silence and stern looks from both the doctors and the nurses. Finally, my attending pulled me aside and told me to stop asking questions and just do my job. There was nothing to worry about. The screams of pain and terror continued to ring out through the hallways of the hospital. I found solace in the nursery where I could tend to the newborns, but the screams would always find me as I walked through the halls. The first year passed with no incident, and I was no longer on restricted access, so I could freely roam throughout the entire hospital. But there was no reason for me to wander beyond the nursery or doctor's lounge. My curiosity, however, got the better of me. Shortly after my 1-year anniversary, I was wandering the halls when I heard the screaming of another woman in labor. What caught my attention was the same woman I heard pleading with the doctor shortly after I started working. She was delivering a second baby in less than 2 years. This was very risky, and as a professional surrogate, she would know better than to do this again. I heard her screaming in fear and begging the doctors to let her go. I didn't understand. Let her go? Was she being hospitalized against her will? I waited 2 more weeks before I finally had the nerve to check out the back rooms of the hospital. I was on the night shift, and with the little activity, it was easy for me to slip by unnoticed. I found myself walking down a long hallway with signs pointing in the direction of the numerous delivery rooms as well as the second doctor's lounge. It was then I heard a woman crying out in pain. I had come to recognize that cry of pain as a woman deep in labor. The odd thing is her cry came from behind a door labeled Incubators. I didn't see anyone else in the maternity wing or exiting the delivery rooms. I went into the room to check on her. I wish I had it. When I opened the door, what I saw sent a wave of nausea that I can still taste to this day. The large room had 24 beds, each bed holding a woman in different stages of pregnancies. The women were all young of various races, and each woman had both of their arms and both of their legs amputated. The women were helpless and alone. Tubes and IVs containing nutrients and fluids snaked across the women's mutilated bodies as the only means to keep them alive. One blonde woman, her belly absolutely massive in comparison to her mangled body, spotted me and begged me to help her. Please, you have to help. You have to get us out of here. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even move. I just stared at them with my hand over my mouth. Please, she cried out again. They won't let us leave. They keep using our bodies. I backed away from the site toward the door. The woman cried out to me, tears in their eyes. We can't move. We can't escape. Please, you have to help us. Fear set in, and I bolted from the room. I returned to the nursery of the hospital and stared with fascination at the incident newborns that laid before me. This couldn't be the result of such a horrific experiment, could it? My shift came to an end, and I couldn't get out of the hospital fast enough. As soon as I pulled into my front driveway, I threw up on the grass and began weeping for the poor woman I had abandoned. I didn't sleep that night. I kept hearing the cries of pain and pleading for their freedom. 2 days later, I returned to the hospital and began my shift. I walked into the nursery, and my eye was immediately drawn to a newborn with blonde hair. This is the same hair of the woman who begged me to help. And I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and see you.